Shut up. Oh, hello. My dog here barking. Well, hello out there. Interestingly enough, since hello out there, my dog did bark. There's this stuff going around from the I don't know, in the communities, that is, just basically as stupid as the movie Idiocracy, which is what the Let's Go Brawndo is about. How the maggots, mega, will spout about Let's Go Brandon as to dig against Biden. So I'm like, well, in every sense, Trump reminds me of basically Hector Elizondo, Mountain Dew Camacho from Idiocracy, which was portrayed by Terry Crews. But so it's Let's Go Brawndo. It's what alleged FBI plants crave, but in the movie it's what plants crave because it has electrolytes. And now it's favored with, nuclear weapons. But let's go Brawndo, right? Let's go Brawndo. But what I was getting at with my dog, there's this bullshit going around, which the gang stalkers are, playing with the people fucking animals, which they screw with me about. So I'll being the person I am, like when they're trying to distribute their disgusting images that they do, I'll picture them doing horses or doing their dogs, because the ones I know that are involved in my stalking, which are Ian Cinder that lives next door, Joe Vigil and his wife Grace, and they're a couple houses over, and then there's more. There's basically 5 or 6 houses in here that in this trailer park that are involved in it. Rhonda Bujanowski, her husband Mike, and her son Mike Stroop, I think. I don't think his name's Bujanowski like her husband, because that's her second marriage, and I'm pretty sure he's from the first marriage, which is her alias Stroop. Well, first of all, this little POS that lives next door to me is the one that assaulted me with a hatchet, and the Bujanowski witch is the one that was trying to set me up out front here while she was talking to another neighbor that lived across from us, which has since moved. But she was blathering to them about houses being broke in here, and she was pointing at me while she's telling her it, saying, he did it, he did it, he did it. Well, I'm absolutely certain that they're behind a lot of any of that shit. 6 older men have died in this trailer park, basically in their sleep at night, from probably heart complications or whatever. But I'm certain it's due to microwave weapons, that they died in their sleep or at night. And that these disgusting scumbags like Gino and Colleen, who live over here in number 8, Rhonda lives in 21, Joe and them live in 22, Laura lives in 24, Ian lives in 25. I live in number 26 here at Midtown Trailer Park in Bellflower, California. I've lived here around 10 years. The Bujanowskis moved in here 5 years ago. Ian moved in here about 3 years ago, and he's the one that I'm absolutely certain connected me to the remote neural monitoring toy when me and my wife were visiting over there one day. And I got vertigo and was really feeling boxed in and was, on sensory overload and had to get out of there. Well, the very next day or here thereafter, I started hearing the B2K and was being harassed by horrible images of my sister being hanged here and other things. So basically, these scumbags are who I'm talking about. And I don't give a fuck that you know where I live and you know who they are, because that way you can watch out for them. I don't care if you call it doxing. I don't give a fuck what you call it, because these fuckers are gang stalkers, and I'm not doing shit to them, and I haven't. I've lived here longer than pretty much most of those people I mentioned. And since the Bujanowskis moved in here, 6 older men have died. And like I said, under those circumstances. Now, what I'm getting at is that nobody's fucking dogs here. Nobody's fucking doing bestiality. Nobody's doing like these bastards say about me, like they do on B2K. They've said that my wife is my sister and that I'm fucking my sister, that among other things. And here lately, a couple weeks ago, going over maybe a little longer than a couple weeks, more like 3 weeks, they really threatened me really hard with they're going to kill me. And they started hitting me really hard with the microwave weapons in my abdomen, in my genital area. And they did that really hard for about 3 days, 2 or 3 days, on and off. And they haven't seemed to do it so much. I don't know if they've stopped, but they haven't really hit me hard enough to where it causes me discomfort. But they were really trying to cause discomfort and to hurt me, and they wanted a reaction. Well, I didn't give them a reaction. I didn't cry out in pain. I didn't complain, and I didn't whine. They didn't like that. But during the whole time, they were saying, we're going to kill you with this, blah, 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 just like we killed all the other ones. So, now, as I'm saying, they're involved in this trailer park. Now, as far as them being in charge, whatever, I'm absolutely sure they're not. They're just minions or peons that are supposed to be close to the target. He moved in next door to me, and here thereafter, within a couple months of him moving in, 3 months, something like that, his wife left him, and he blames me for that because one day he was outside, and I asked him if he had any more weed, and he kind of laughed and looked at me and said, "Sarah's here," and I'm like, "Oops," and I didn't know at that time that she didn't know he smoked weed or wasn't trying to smoke weed or was trying to hide from her that he smoked weed. Well, later I heard her on the phone one day talking to somebody saying, "I can't get him to stop smoking weed and I don't know what to do." And that's all I heard of that conversation. But shortly thereafter, she took their daughter and moved out, and they've since got a divorce. And I don't give a fuck that he's sitting there right now not liking that I'm telling you, because I don't give a shit. They've been saying so much shit to me, to whoever they're saying it to, and I don't have to have confirmation of this because I hear it all day, every day. Whoever they're saying it to, Kiwi Farms, on Discord, I don't really give a fuck anymore. I don't give a fuck that they're dealing with Mike Miller, John Dillard, that fucking group of comic book fucking scumbags that run around here on YouTube stalking people. I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm not playing their games, but nobody's fucking animals here. I don't talk to Will anymore, really, but Will's not fucking animals as far as I know. I've heard that, and I don't need to hear that. But I don't want to deal with any of that shit. And I'm not gonna be Mr. Nice Guy about this shit anymore, to tell you the truth. So yeah. Yeah, well, why don't you go sleep with Muddy and John Dillard? Fucking perp. I don't really give a shit. I hope he fucking throws you in the water on a hook as chum for sharks, okay? Go fuck yourself. But anyway, the bitch Rhonda, while sitting out here with my wife one day, and this was when we used to talk, and I used to drive her around to go get her fucking drugs at Kaiser, where she's fucking addicted to Norco. And I wouldn't take them, so I would give her mine because I couldn't stand taking them. It made me sick. But anyway, we're sitting out here and we were just talking, and I had happened to mention how Audio Slave had stolen my song in like 2000, sitting out in front of my apartment, number 1 on 2067 Cedar in Long Beach. The two of them sitting there with a boombox recorded me playing the whole song. I wrote the whole fucking song, the lyrics, the guitar work, all of it. The drum beats were done on an RP 200, which is copyrighted by RP, by Digitech. So if they stole that part, then they owe Digitech some money. But anyway, I mentioned that, and she's like really weird about it. And very soon after all that, I started being gang stalked heavily. As I say many times on my channel, everything I do say to you is factually accurate. And I encourage anyone to use a voice stress analyzation program or facial recognition or polygraph in some way for everything that I mentioned. There's the link if anybody wants to come in. But anyway, another time, Ian was harassing me on V2K for like 2 days. And then I hollered out the window like on the second day and said, "Fuck you, you piece of shit. Come outside and I'll beat your ass." Well, not long after that, the cops showed up and he was out there telling them I was harassing him. I was at the gate. I walked out of the gate, didn't say a word, walked up to go see what was going on, and was arrested. And I spent some time in a ward to prove that I'm not wacko. But that's okay. Um, well, I don't know who Perf Hunter is, but I'm not likely going to put Perp Hunter on here because it sounds like a perp to me. Sounds like somebody like Muddy that's trying to get on here so they can scream some racist slurs or post some fucking dick pics or some Nazi memorabilia bullshit or something. So if you aren't willing to cam up there, you might as well just leave. So I'm not playing that game tonight. But anyway, yeah, I'll tell you what, you got gasoline and lighters, how about you fucking douse yourself with them and you set yourself on fire? Or if you really are outside, you can knock and I'll come out and we'll take care of it. But other than that, you can go back in your house and shut the fuck up. But that's okay. I can screenshot all of this, so you go right ahead. Right? Go ahead and say some more bullshit. But anyway, as it is, it isn't like I don't have any concrete evidence to whichever one of you has tried to log onto my Facebook as Animal. I've got like 100 emails of that, and also you've connected to my dead brother's page, which I created as a memorial and took that over, and we're adding friends of my friends on that friend list, and you connected it to your 424-367-1961 phone number. So I've got that one. You've also been, for several months, changing my address at SoCal Edison 4 times to date. I think 4 or 5 times. I think it's 4 times, which is address tampering, which is a 5-year prison sentence. Keep doing it. I don't mind you going to prison. Keep fucking with my mail. Keep fucking with my driver's license. Try and use the registration you stole out of my car. Go right ahead. I reported all this shit. I don't have a problem fucking saying that. But let's go Brawndo. Because we know where criminals belong, and that's probably where he's going to go. But anyway, the FBI does not procure a warrant and storm your house looking for evidence without being first given this warrant by a judge. Nobody's house got raided. They didn't break into nobody's house. They didn't do anything illegal to Trump. And you maggots can just kick rocks and sit on your thumbs because whatever. There's not going to be a war like they're claiming. Oh, this is going to cause civil war. There's not going to be a civil war over you. You're not worth it. If by FBI you mean fucking big idiots, Sleep, yeah, you're exactly right. But anyway. I'm not even worried about those threats, whoever you are, Sleep. And you can, quote unquote, fuck your mother, okay? So, anyway. I don't really believe that. I've never seen you before, and whatever, Herb Hunter. But I don't have time for that. You see, I'm more than happy to cam up using my face. And usually when you and your cronies like Sleep and Muddy are in here pretending to be Anthony Abate, one of you is going to come up and do some sick stuff on try and mess around with my stream. I don't really care. Nobody's going to come on here and scream the N-word at random or sound like a little baby girl crying at their mother. I'm not going to have that shit. So you can sit there and chat. But anyway, I'll be sorry soon. No, I'm already sorry I met you, Rhonda. I'm sorry I met you, Ian. I'm sorry I met you, Gino, if that's your real name. I'm sorry I met you, Colleen. Sorry I met you, John Dillard. Sorry I fucking met you, Mike Miller, Rick Piper, all you fucking scumbags. I'm sorry I met you, okay? I'm already sorry. Okay? Sorry I met you, Joe, your wife, Grace, if that's your fucking real name. Whatever. Jose, whatever. Sorry I met you. Okay? You happy? Sorry I met you. I'm sorry that I know you fucking do this shit. Okay? I'm sorry I know that. But I'm not sorry for saying it. I'm not sorry your wife and your daughter left you, Ian. They're better off. You do? Well, if you do, then get on a live and present it. I've got my own information about them being scumbags. But anyway, let's go Brando. It's what FBI supposedly FBI plans crave. I imagine Rudy Giuliani got his law degree along with Frito at Costco. But anyway, I haven't made any more attempts to research much other than looking up remote neural monitoring devices and applications, which, however, I could pull up the Google searches and the literature indicating that remote neural monitoring here in Bellflower, Lakewood, other cities is rampant. Gang stalker companies are rampant. You can Google search gang stalking jobs for yourself. And I don't really have any perps coming in here saying that V2K doesn't exist anymore. I don't have them coming in saying that gang stalking isn't real. At the very least, I have them coming in trying to perp me like these retards sitting over here like Sleeper, whoever that is. Alyssa Vega. Never heard of you. I hope you're not an asshole. Hello, Alyssa Vega.
That's a nigger! You're a nigger!
See what I mean? Fucking perp bitch. Perp bitch coward. You're a perp bitch coward. Well, let's go Brandon means let's go Brawndo. You know what Brawndo is? Have you ever seen the movie Idiocracy? It's a drink that they had, and they were feeding it to plants because everybody's a fucking moron in the movie. Kind of like everybody that's connected with Trump, like all the maggots and that thing, that kind of thing. And Hector Elizondo Mountain Dew Camacho was the president in the future. Like I said, he was played by Terry Crews. He wore a blonde wig, and he always had on an American flag suit. And he was pretty much a big fucking idiot, kind of like Donald Trump. But anyway, he should have to battle Beef Supreme in the big arena. And I'm kind of looking towards Merrick Garland as being Beef Supreme right now. And when he was battling Not Sure in his little purple dildo on the hood hatchback against a super monster truck. Hi, Virginia. Hi, Tanya. Hello, everybody else in here that isn't a perp, like Freedom Fighter. You're welcome. And, you know, but anyway, that's what let's go Brawndo is pertaining to. Like I said, has to do with how these morons say let's go Brandon as they're trying to bash Joe Biden. So basically, I'm bashing your Mango Mussolini, Trump, calling him, you know, let's go Brawndo, because of the claiming that the FBI planted evidence. And since Brawndo is what plants crave in the movie because it has electrolytes, he's Brawndo. But anyway, I have been screenshotting the chat. I mean, not for whatever good it's going to do me that this pissant Sleep is threatening me about, and whoever else it is. I get that quite often, but I'm used to it. And like I said, I called it right on the head. Whichever one of you assholes it was that came in here screaming the N-word, saying I'm the N-word. Well, I would much rather be an N-word than a gang stalker. And I'd much rather have something to do with ignorant people than you ignorant fucking idiots. I'm by no means a racist. I don't condone racism, and if there's anything I can do as far as going with YouTube, I'd get your ass banned from YouTube just for doing that. I might look into doing that, seeing how I could do that. As it is, you're presenting yourself as someone else. I don't know who Alyssa Vega is. But that certainly wasn't a female's voice screaming the N-word and calling me the N-word. Yeah, freedom fighter. That was some scumbag in here in chat pretending to be whoever Alyssa Vega is, who I don't know. But they screamed the N-word and called me the N-word. But that's fine. That's fine. They just proved that they're Nazi scumbag, racist piece of shit. But that's all right, right? That's not a reflection on me. That's a reflection on them. That they think that they're good people and that's, acceptable behavior to scream racist slurs and come on someone's live program and be a racist Nazi scumbag. But that's okay. I'm doing fine, Tanya. How are you? You betcha, freedom fighter. Perp fuckery all the way. I mean, I apologize to anyone that takes offense to that piece of shit scumbag saying the N-word. And if the stream should get flagged or whatever or reported, I would appreciate any chat inhabitors backing me up with that, because I have nothing to do with that. Before I let anybody on, I said, if you're going to get on here and do some racial slurs or scream some stupid shit, I literally said that just before the dipshit did that. About now, I don't want to see no Nazi memorabilia or dick pics or you hear any racial screaming. I said exactly that, and the fucking retard come up here and doing that. I'm sorry. I apologize for saying that word too, because that's demeaning to people with disabilities, and I have a physical disability, and I'm not. I in no way have a problem with people that have a disability. But in the event, yeah. Wonder if they know I had headphones on. Would not surprise me. I will back you on that, as it was loud. I'm sorry if it hurt your ears. I'm really sorry, because that's a piece of shit scumbag thing to do, wasn't it? Ignorant people say ignorant shit. Oh yes, they do. They say N-word behind a keyboard only, never in person. Bet that. Well, as far as that goes, Rhonda, who I've been talking about, the neighbor that used to come over here, she sat right here and said the N-word to me. And I said, don't use that word in my presence. Don't use that in my house. What the fuck is wrong with you? And she got really pissed. And I have no problem with her being pissed, because she deserved to be pissed, because she's a fucking racist. Saying that word like, because I'm white, it's not going to offend me. In front of me and my wife, she's using it like it's a term of endearment, saying the N-word. And I'm like, fuck you, bitch. Don't even say that shit. Don't be saying that shit in here. You can leave if that's what you want to do. And I would say the same to anyone. Needless to say, as I have done lives about gang stalking for a number of years now, I've been pretty nice about it. I've tried to be cordial with pretty much everyone, but I'm over that. I think I was talking to Virginia today, and I told her that I was going to be putting foot to some ass today. And I'm going to keep putting foot to your ass, gang stalkers. You can be fucking scumbag perps all over YouTube without reprimand from anyone, but you do it in here, it ain't going to be the same. I'm going to call you what you are. You're fucking gang stalker, scumbag, pieces of shit, low life, dirtbag, fucking scumball, piece of shit, craphead motherfuckers. And a lot of those words probably didn't go together, but I really don't care. Like I said, I don't care that you feel like maybe I doxed some people right here in my fucking neighborhood in this trailer park. They deserve to be doxed. They deserve to be doxed as gang stalkers, because that's what the fuck they are. Gang stalkers kill people. They steal. They rape. They abuse. They harass. They threaten. Just like these fucking scumbags in my chat. If you don't like me saying who they are, you don't have to fucking listen. And I really don't care if you don't like it. If you don't want to be called gang stalkers, maybe you shouldn't be a gang stalker. I haven't really been posting people's comments on the chat here. I don't, I haven't been keeping up with that, but I've had some things I wanted to say, and I've said them. But regarding, like I said, about the bestiality shit that you're spreading with Will and probably other targets like me, they fucked with my dog. They made my dog do, like, when I crawl into bed, I sleep naked with my wife. And they were saying my dog's name and telling him to lick my nuts and lick my genitals and lick his dick butters. And I'm like, God, you people are fucking sick. You're some sick, demented, fucking psychotic, pathetic motherfuckers. I don't care what you think about Will. I used to spend a lot of time on his channel. I don't mind saying this. I had a little issue, and he said some things that to me that he hasn't apologized for, and I'm not gonna just forget it. But whatever you think about Will, I don't need to hear it in here. I don't need to hear it about him. If you got a problem with Will, you take it up with Will. That ain't my concern. If he wants to come in and talk about what I have an issue with, we can do that. But as far as that goes, that's nobody else's business but his. But I think he already knows that I have an issue because I haven't talked to him. I haven't been mean to him. I haven't said anything wrong to him, but I haven't talked to him. And if I have a problem with you, and sometimes I have a problem with people, like normal people do, I distance myself from that shit. But I'm not afraid to confront the people I have a problem with. But as that goes, hi, Sai. If anybody does want to come up here and chat that's in the chat that isn't going to come up here and say some demented racist bullshit or whatever, actually has something pertinent or relevant to convey to the community, that the small part of the community that watches my program, I'd be more than happy to let you come up. But should you do some racist fucking screaming or the like, you'll definitely be knocked right the fuck off and won't ever come back on. But if you have looked at any of my past videos, as a general rule, I don't speculate about this shit. I don't speculate about gang stalking. I don't speculate about who's a perp, who's not a perp, until I've seen it for myself. I do research. I don't just talk about V2K without having a little bit of knowledge behind me and backing it up, or R&M, or the tactics that gang stalkers use. Do from experience. I'm not sitting here parroting what other targeted individuals have said. Like, I'm not trying to parrot what they say. I have my own mind, and I have my own my own understanding of what's going on. And I'm more than happy to help other targets if they have questions for me, and to help them, in any way to understand how to better protect themselves. Such as the way I've been able to keep my passwords and other information like that safe. Okay, now this is Sai backstage. I'm going to give Sai the opportunity to come on the chat. This is really Sai. We'll see in a minute. He's not cammed up. I know Sai is willing to cam up. If you really want to come up, Sai, why don't you just pop your camera in the back for me? And otherwise, you can, one more time, let me actually look at your face. Just for a second. Otherwise, I'm probably not going to let you get up here because I think you're probably somebody imitating Sai, and I'm not going to deal with that. So cam up for a second, or forget it. You don't want to do that? You don't want to prove it's you, or what? Yeah, you can come on and talk about gang stalking if it's really you, but if you don't cam up, I know you're somebody pretending to be Psy, and I'm not dealing with that shit. So all I see is this cartoon icon. So if you're not willing to pop your camera on for a second and let me see your face, you're not getting on the chat. You might as well back out. No more Mr. Nice Guy. No more Mr. Clean. Used to hold the door for little old ladies. But apparently that isn't Psy. But okay, Freedom Fighter. I know it's late there in the UK. It's about what, 2:30 now, 2:45 or something like that. No, I understand it's really early in the morning over there. I appreciate you showing up, but I'm sorry you had to hear that N-word business in your headphones. I appreciate you stopping by, but like I said, I'm kicking you from the studio, fake Psy, because I'm not dealing with that. Because let's go Brawndo. Yeah, I knew it was early. Yeah. You guys have a problem with heat, yeah, because it's not like you guys have an air conditioner over there, right? Uh-huh. You take care too, Freedom Fighter. Get some rest if you can without the harassment, because I know you're going through it. I'm sorry to hear that, but we all know that. And Tanya says goodbye. But I really don't have anything else right now I want to convey unless somebody else wants to come up and actually talk. I said what I was going to say, and I meant what I said, every word of it. But as far as retribution goes from these low forehead people like Sleep and whoever that is pretending to be Alyssa Vega and whatever, and Anthony Abate and whoever else that's pretending to be something they're not, which is they're being a perp and pretending to be other targets. That is something I'll hit on. The impersonation factor that these freaking scumbags often do by going into chats using my name, other people's names, and sullying their good name by posting dick pics like they've done to me using my name on chats, or other people like they do. I've seen them do it to Targeted Tony, other people. It's just like freedom fighter said earlier, random fuckery everywhere. So, that being said, should anybody have anything to say, I'll give you about 30 seconds. Otherwise, I'm going to knock off at 52 minutes. It's 50:25 right now. And I'll, I'm definitely saying you're a perp scumbag. You come on using some girl's face, a girl's name, and screaming at the top of your lungs the N-word. You're a fucking scumbag. You're a piece of shit. What the fuck's wrong with you? Fucking see a doctor. Get some fucking medication, you crazy fuck. Yeah. Okay. Oh really? Was it? Well, then I guess it wasn't her, but I don't really, I don't see why you would do that to her. But anyway, whatever. Well, did you read what this perp hunter thug just says? He says that he came in using your name. If that wasn't you, Alyssa Vega, I apologize. I mean, but anyway, somebody came on here in the chat using your name, screaming the fucking N-word, which is not cool. Maybe they got something against you or me. I don't care, but I do not know who James Walker is in the first place. So that doesn't make any sense to me that somebody I don't know would tell you to come to my chat. So anyway, and if you're going to do that, I'm just going to let him know never to do that again. Bye. Well, sorry. Because he's a punk ass bitch. That's why, Virginia. But anyway, I'm gonna end this live because it's not looking good. Unless you want to come up for a while and talk, Virginia. I know you would talk. We've talked today. You might. But yeah. And, you know, sometimes the bullshit is deep. But anyway, it's almost an hour. And the whole interest in talking anymore without someone to talk to is gone right now. So I've said what I had to say, but remember that those people I mentioned are not good people. They're gang stalkers. So have a great day. targeted individuals, and stay strong, and watch out for these perps like these scumbags in here in the chat over here that, you know, I literally have screenshotted all the shit they've said, and it's perfectly fine that they want to be scumbags. One day it's going to catch up to them. Karma's like that. She doesn't have a deadline. So, take care and have a good night.